What up? What up?
What's going on, girl? How you doing today?
Hey, oh no, I'm crunk, man. I'm crunk. This is
Me
Michelle,
too.
Raindrop Combos, and
Stacy, what's going on, guys?
what up, chickadee? What we talking about tonight?
Girl. So, as we know, we just saw the 2021 uh what is it? BET Awards.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lot of hype coming from the BET Awards. Apparently, it was good from what I've heard. I didn't watch it.
Right.
I think I've aged out of that a little bit. you know,
Right.
So
Right.
usually with awards, I catch it, on replay. But there has been so much talk after this awards about is it Lil Nas? Is that his
Mm-hmm.
name? Is
Yeah.
it? Okay. About Lil Nas and this kiss that he had on stage with another male. And
Mm-hmm.
so we're going to talk about well, listen, we're not here to talk about who he kissed or we're not here to talk about that. We're here to
Mm-hmm.
talk about the over sexualization that we are finding or that we are seeing in not only the music industry, but society as a whole and
Mm-hmm.
how that is impacting us. So that's what we're talking about today.
All right, man. Let's get into this combo then.
There we go.
And I'm glad that you prefaced that to let people know that this is not a knock on the LGBTQ
At
community.
all. Right.
This conversation has nothing to do with that. It's just the fact that, like I said, when you look at things from the 50s and the 60s, there was a effort to keep what you do in your bedroom. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And so when they even like the commercials and stuff that had the two beds and the two, the mom and the
Yes.
dad, they made it seem like,
Louise and George on the Jefferson in different,
right.
they stay in the same room in different beds. I
And
think. I don't
that's
know.
what I'm saying. Well, but the bottom line is the whole point was not to expose anybody to anything that they weren't quite ready to understand, and particularly our children and our youth.
Bingo.
So that's my issue with it. And if you can see from the scrolling images, you'll see that we are showcasing several images that show where we have come from. And particularly, when we spoke earlier on the phone, we were just kind of chopping it up,
Mm-hmm.
just talking about, female rappers and where, they came out as conscious and, they were rappers just like
Yes.
all the
We
male
talk about
rappers.
MC Light. We talk about Queen Latifah. We talk about Miss
Miss
Melody.
Melody.
We talk about
Thank
Yo
you.
Yo. We talk about all
Right.
those women that were actually rapping about, what was going on in their hood or what they were dealing with,
Right.
but they weren't sexualized. They didn't have to come out rapping with no clothes on. They actually
Right.
had all their clothes on and they were representing queens. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? They weren't
Right.
talking about sex and all of this. They were talking about what was going on in society without
Mm-hmm.
all of that. So
Exactly.
when did it change to where in order to be in the industry, in order to be famous, or in order to just be, somebody in society, you have to represent for, sex.
Right.
And even my 15-year-old daughter or 14-year-old going on 15 was like,
Right.
sex sells. What the
Right.
hell?
What
What?
What do you mean sex sale? Right. Why are you? Is if sex sells, it's because sex is being sold to you. You know what I'm saying? It's not that sex because you knew sex sale. It means that somebody is selling that uh, for you to consider that a part of your worth and your value. So
Correct.
I got a problem with that, and
Why?
I'm not playing the role to say that I didn't grow up in that society where, hey, little Kim and all that, and hey, baby, I got the magic stick,
I mean,
baby.
but if you look at it, like rap
Mm-hmm.
music or hip hop music has always influenced the culture.
Right.
And so once we move from that, because there was a time where I say Miss Melody, I can't,
Mm-hmm.
what's the KRS one? Like,
Mm-hmm.
remember when they all came together and there's that conscious or
Mm-hmm.
socially conscious song where
Yeah.
they was all together, kind of like We're the World.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
Oh
they all came
yeah. Yeah.
together.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was I forgot the actual song title, and
Mm-hmm.
I'll look it up as we're talking, but once we transition from conscious rap to, let's say, we went to West Side, or
Mm-hmm.
to the west side of the country, where we started talking about gang banging.
Right.
Look how the rap culture or the hop culture actually impacted real
Mm-hmm.
life. Because
Right.
after we started hearing about the gang bang culture and the Crips and the Bloods and all of that.
Right.
Now all of a sudden, every country, especially in black neighborhoods and Mexican neighborhoods, around the world, or
Mm-hmm.
Latino neighborhoods, I should say, around the
Yeah.
world. Now we start seeing this gang bang culture come out. And so
Right.
now we've moved on to, where all of our music is now sexualized,
Right.
and drugs, all about drugs. And
Right.
that's where we are in real life. So the hip hop culture and what they are rapping about and speaking about has a major influence on regular folks.
Exactly. And
And
I'm
that's what
just
we're seeing.
oh, I'm just like I said, I this is not a any knock against any community, LGBTQ or
No,
any other, but this is to say that okay, Lil Nas X, when you first came out, you had a hit. I'm gonna take my girl to the old town road. I mean, even my kids were singing it.
girl,
I'm talking
totally
about when they were
different from where
like,
we are now.
I mean, like 5, 6, 7 years old. They were like rocking to that song, and then his whole game just switched. Okay, fine. If if you're gay, that's fine. That's your business. But why is it over sexualized on the videos? The video of him having sex with the devil, to
That, yeah,
me,
that's a
that
bit
just
much.
kind of pushed it like over the line. It's
Yeah, over the
like,
line. Hmm.
and the thing is, it'll be different if it was not something that our kids would be able to see or be exposed to. Because I mean, at the end of the day, everybody has their own choices of what they want to watch. But this stuff is everywhere. YouTube does not censor, these types of things at all. So my whole thing, the internet is censoring things that don't make any sense. You're censoring people talking about Malcolm X and Elijah Muhammad and people like that. You know what I'm saying? You're
Yes, I
censoring
do.
political stuff, but you're
Hmm.
not censoring this. I don't
And that's why
understand.
I laugh at legislators
Right.
and I laugh at our entire government system. Sorry,
Yeah.
not sorry.
Right.
But I laugh at them for trying to legislate morality
All
when we
right.
have all of this perversion. And I think I said that the other day, and
Mm-hmm.
everything else.
All right.
And in that particular case that we were talking about the other day, we were
Mm-hmm.
talking about how it relates to women and their reproductive systems and all of that.
Yeah.
But or right now, how are you? Because I'm looking at the government is the gatekeeper.
Mm-hmm.
You're the gatekeeper when it comes to what is filtered into the media, what is filtered out to, society. You're
Right.
you're the gatekeeper, point
Right.
blank, whether people
Right.
realize it or not. And
Right.
so what we see, you're allowing it,
Mm.
government.
Thank
You're
you.
you're allowing it. And
Right.
that's just the bottom line. I mean, we've all seen snowfall, most of us. So we
Right.
understand, the government's role in all of this.
Right.
You know what
Exactly.
I'm saying? So, yeah, like we're talking about kids. The
Mm-hmm.
BET Awards when we were younger, however young we were when BET Awards started coming out. I don't know
Right.
if we were that young, but
Right.
it was not about all of this. Like we would see the MTV Awards, and I was watching or I was looking at something on IG, I think,
Mm-hmm.
and there was a debate or a discussion about it, and they were saying, yeah, we're used to seeing this like with the Madonna and the Britney kiss, or Christina Aguilera, whoever kissed back in the
Mm-hmm.
day. Like we're used to seeing that on the MTV Awards, but
Right.
we're not used to seeing this over sexualization on the Black People Awards. We're
Right.
not used to that on the NAACP Awards. We haven't seen it on the
That's
BET
not
Awards.
us.
You know what I'm saying? So when did we start to try to adopt
Right.
other people's culture or other people's leniencies? Maybe I
Right.
don't know.
No.
When
No.
did we just totally sacrifice our own belief system to
Mm-hmm.
buy into what the hell somebody else says?
That's what I'm saying. Because at the end of the day, whether people want to admit it or not, and when all this political stuff came up between Democrats and Republicans, conservative versus non-conservative, Black people are traditionally conservative. We have
Facts.
conservative values. We are about respecting one another. We're about respecting our
Facts.
bodies, respecting what we wear, all of that. And
Yeah.
so that, so who is this that's trying to take away, those conservative views that we have already had? I'm not saying because you're conservative, that means you're a Republican. It just means that you're conservative in the way you want to be presented in society, period. And what in the hell is
Right.
wrong with that? You know what I mean? Come on
And
now.
your belief system. There's nothing wrong with
Right.
that.
Right. There's nothing wrong with that. And so, I think we talked about earlier where, that shift came. And I got a quick little clip that I want to roll through. It's a quick little clip, just an audio clip from the movie Notorious. It's a
Okay.
clip, between Notorious B.I.G., Big Papa, rest in peace, and Lil Kim when they hooked up, and how he told her she needed to present herself to be, you know what I'm saying, to
And
get
to
the
me,
fame and
that was the
fortune.
beginning of the end when it came to socially conscious,
Right.
high self-esteem having
Exactly.
women in the hip hop industry. You
Right.
goddamn right. That's
Yeah.
exactly when it changed. When we
Right.
allow, when we, meaning Lil Kim, and I love Lil Kim,
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, she, as my daughter tells me, as she told me the other
Yeah.
day when she made me listen to Doja Cat's new CD and made me listen to, Nicki Minaj's new stuff,
Mm-hmm.
she's like, Mommy, you don't understand. Nicki
Right.
Minaj is like the little Kim of your age group. Oh,
Mm.
I get what you're saying, but
Right.
here's the thing. We heard Lil Kim, we understood Lil Kim, like, yeah, women's liberation, all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But baby, I'm not gonna be out there doing it.
That's what I'm saying.
Period.
Well, let me run this clip, man. Let me
Go
run this
ahead,
clip.
run it.
It's about a minute or so, but let's run it. Let's hear how this broke down. And I don't know if it's historically correct, but I would imagine that it's
I would think
pretty
so.
on point. All right, let's
I
run it.
think so. Let's go.
Nice voice. Keep going.
Why? So you could laugh?
I ain't gonna laugh at you. At least not to your face.
My mental is criminal, felony thoughts subliminal, sinful, quick to trigger pull, grab a pocket full of ducats. So what? Fuck it. Don't give a damn. Niggas know who I am. See a bitch like me come and do you in your sleep. You wake up, shook up, running scared in the streets. Known around town as the bitch who gets down till they put me in a cell or they put me in the ground.
That's tight.
But
Dudes wanna hear some sexiness come out of chick's mouth. Not no gangster shit.
your whole world changed when you... Wait.
Loosen up.
Your whole world changed when you heard me rap. Hand on your dick while my ass you smack. Wanna take off my panties and put it in the hole. But this ain't cheap, nigga. Gots to pay a toll. Give a nigga head and no, I never bite. Sexy ass lyrics, you know, you kinda like. Might give my hand, you better understand. Lil' Kim be the baddest bitch in Brooklyn.
Damn, shorty. I'm loving that.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
What else you love?
Love when you call me.
All right, so yeah, the audio may have been a little bit low. I don't know if you guys heard
But I
that.
could
And
hear it a
so,
little bit. I could hear,
yeah.
and most people have seen the movie
So
Notorious.
they should, that's what I'm saying.
No.
So if you've seen it, that was just a scene we wanted to highlight where she was, like a lot of these, like on the screen right now with Latifah and Miss Melody and all of those that were rapping conscious rap about what they endured, what they lived through. And then you had, some come through to say, hey man, you want to make it? this is what you got to sell. So basically, sex sells. And
And that's
so,
where we are as a
yeah,
society. And
right.
I have, I talked about, and I don't know if you remember, but I talked about
Hmm.
a women's group that I don't know if I am still, but yeah, have been a part
Hmm.
of, called, the name of the organization is Women in Transition. And it
Uh-huh.
is definitely focused on women who have been in prison or who have been through the prison system and transition back into, regular society.
Yeah.
But I remember being on one call or one Zoom call, and there was a young lady that was, I want to say she was signed
Hmm.
previously to a record label, and she decided to not pursue that,
Hmm.
not pursue a career in the music industry after being signed
Wow.
because of the way that they wanted her or was forcing
Hmm.
her to present herself if
Right.
she moved forward.
Right.
So once these women decide or they want to move forward in the record industry, it doesn't matter what they used to be before. Like it doesn't
Hmm.
matter if their rap was conscious, socially conscious, really talking
Hmm.
about like gritty, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like talking about
Right.
real life, just like men are able to.
Hmm.
I mean, there
Keep
is
it
a gender
100.
disparity
Right.
because men are able to go into the record industry and talk about what they're really going through and talk about real life. So, but
Hmm.
when women are, trying to do the same thing, they are moved or that's okay. If you want to make money in this industry, you have to
Hmm.
sell sex.
Right.
Why do women always have to sell sex in order to make it?
Right. But let me tell you what I'm concerned about with Lil Nas X. Now you're making him sell sex to make it. You know what I'm saying? Because this dude, this was
And
not
here's
him.
the thing, say that again because I need gay men to listen. Let me
Right.
tell
This was
you,
not him when he first came out. So,
let me tell you, I have a
we
real,
didn't
no,
need to know what his sexuality was.
I have a real situation for that.
Yeah.
And I don't want to give too much information because I don't want to tell, how I am. I don't want to
Yeah.
tell I don't want anybody to be able to connect dots.
Right.
There was a person in my life
Hmm.
and they actually, after they were in my life for so long, they actually did become famous in their respective career.
Hmm.
Okay. So they actually did become famous. And I remember having a conversation with them, and they were like, in order to move to the next level in this industry, in this whole
Hmm.
entertainment industry, I have to portray or I have to exaggerate who
Hmm.
I am. Okay.
Wow.
So what I'll say is this person was of the LGBTQ community.
Hmm.
However, they weren't really like, they were just like a real type of person. And I won't even get a gender. They were just like
Hmm.
a real type person. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
straight from Ohio. And I'll say that because, I mean,
Hmm.
take a guess. You know what I'm saying? Like if you
Right.
can guess by which state, then you are psychic.
Hmm.
But, like they were straight from Ohio. Anybody know Ohio? No, them people don't play. You know what I'm saying?
Midwest.
And
Right.
so the bottom line was, I don't give a damn who I am or
Right.
what I identify as.
Hmm.
Don't get it twisted.
Right.
And I've seen that person straight up snap, and you be like, "Oh, I forgot you was so and so."
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
But what I got from our conversations was, in the industry, in order to move forward, in order to in the modern industry,
Hmm.
you have to play up your sexuality. You have
Hmm.
to play up whatever that stereotype about who you are or
Hmm.
who you represent is. So if you're black, I think we talked about that. If
Hmm.
you're black in the industry, you got to play up that blackness.
Wow.
If you're gay in the industry, you got to play up that gayness.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Why? And so why does everything turn to like, why do we have to be hyperbolic? You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like, why can't we just be regular people and people just like who the hell we are because we regular people? No matter if I'm gay, straight, black, white,
Hmm.
like whatever. Why
Exactly.
can't I just be me and be accepted for being me?
Well,
And I think, go
look at the
ahead.
money. Look at the money that's behind it. I mean, we've got to look at who is promoting and putting that out there. who's putting the money behind it to put it on the forefront. Like I say, I get notifications on my phone all the time from HBO, the HBO app I have on my phone. I have Amazon Prime Video. And so those videos that they're promoting to me is the agenda that they're promoting to me, essentially. You know what I'm saying?
No,
So whatever they're saying,
yeah.
hey, this is the most popular movie right now. Make sure you click, and this is what's new on Amazon Prime Video, and this is what's new on HBO. So it's the money machine that's behind it. And so if we decide that we're not going to accept, I mean, at the end of the day, the people have the control over what they want to see and what they don't want to see. And if you decide that you're going to log off and you're going to delete and you're going to cancel your Netflix membership and all of that, then you are telling the machine that this is not the programming that you're offering me is not something that I want to see. But I'm telling you, it's
if people
almost like,
boycott it, then if people actually boycott it, and I'm not suggesting this, guys, but what I'm saying is, if this is a hypothesis, okay, if people boycotted the BET Awards next year because they're in protest saying we don't want our awards show where the entire generation could be watching, because when you talk about BET Awards, we're talking about my kids watching, me watching, and possibly, parents watching, and possibly even grandparents watching, just depending on the age of the generations. But we're all watching it. So as a parent, like when I watch award shows like that, I don't want to, as a kid, actually, I remember I don't want to be embarrassed by something coming up on a TV that I know I shouldn't be seeing, and then I'm sitting here with my mama and my grandmama, or my mama and my daddy and my granddaddy watching this. Like, what happened to morals? What happened to values and belief systems? I don't walk in a room, any room. I don't give a damn if I'm performing or not, which I'm not a performer, but if I was, I don't see walking into a room and having to announce, hey guys, I'm heterosexual. Let me kiss my husband so you guys know. No, that doesn't make sense. So it doesn't make sense the other way around either. So it's not just about the fact that it was, a man kissing a man. No, I don't want my kids seeing none of that shit.
Exactly.
Period.
I don't want to see a man kissing a man, woman kissing a woman, woman kissing a man, and none of that.
I don't want to see none of that sexual shit when I'm watching something with my kids. Period. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me have that conversation with my kids, my damn self.
And that's what I'm saying. Because I remember when I used to watch that kind of, and I'd be watching a movie with my mom, and some kind of crazy sex scene comes up. She told me to close my eyes. She would tell us to put our hands over our eyes because she knew we did not need to see that. Right. And so they say it's the parents' responsibility to make sure that they are, but you've got it coming through.
What the hell happened to the FCC? Like, the FCC just started allowing anything.
Because I'm telling you, girl, once FX on TV started allowing cussing in the shows, I knew it was a done deal then.
It's right. But the thing is, here's the thing, our age group who, mid 40s, early 50s, whatever, Gen X, like, we watch this stuff and we understand what part is real, what part is phony. We understand the background.
Right.
Whether it's that we know because we're in that industry, or because we just know because we've had the life experience, of knowing what the hell stuff looks like. Right. We know that this was about ratings. We know that this was about, him becoming even more infamous or famous, however you look at it. Right. We know that. But the bottom line is, where's the responsibility on BET too? You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
To say, you know what, this is family programming. And I don't care whether I agree with, the LGBT community or with, let your love shine through community, whatever the hell community. Right. You know what? We got all these generations that we have to be responsible for that are watching this. So there are boundaries that we are not going to cross because we have a responsibility to every single generation in the community.
I mean, for real.
And that responsibility has totally been neglected.
It just makes us look like, it just makes us look like real, people that have compromised our values. The thing is, your values are your values. And so you can't tell me because now we're in 2021, oh man, that's old school stuff. No, values are values. And the thing is, once you start to compromise on one thing, then now you can compromise on anything. So if BET got this going on, next, you know what I'm saying?
I
Well, I
mean,
mean, how?
and we just got something, on our live from Carlos, my
Yeah,
husband,
yeah,
shout out, who said Disney even got, them kissing. Like,
right.
why do my kids have to be introduced to sexuality before I introduce them to it?
Right. You know, they're not even
You know
giving you
what
an
I'm
option.
saying?
They're not giving you no choice. They're taking away your rights and your options, and then they're telling you you need to regulate and censor what's coming into your home. How can you when it's coming through every avenue? It's coming through your internet. It's coming through your TV. I don't even have regular. My kids don't watch TV, but they have access to the internet, and so I can block websites and as much as I want to.
They
But I'm
still
telling you,
find it.
baby, they
We
still
were
find it.
You and I were talking. We were talking
Yeah.
the other day offline, and we were talking about how, I know you were talking about how your kids see stuff, and I was like,
Mhm.
listen, it's not just us regular life people,
Right.
like we
Right.
live a normal everyday life. Yes, I get it. But there are celebrities also. I was watching because one of my favorite shows is Growing Up Hip Hop.
Right.
It's always gonna be. It is what it is.
Mhm.
But I was watching, Angela Simmons, and she was talking to her Ride or Die about her son, and
Mhm.
how is he finding out all of this?
Right.
YouTube, all of
Everybody's
this
good.
stuff. So these kids are so aware,
Man.
and they are so in tuned or attuned to what's going on because they have so much access. And
I
as a
mean, literally.
parent, to be honest, we can't, like, there's no way
Mhm.
to be a working parent and to be involved in watching what your child does 24 hours a
It,
day.
it's not.
There's just
It's
no
not
way. Like,
possible. It's not
let's stop
possible.
the bullshit.
That's what I'm
There's
saying.
no way.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't come at me. Don't come for me and say I should be doing better as a parent when I am
Girl,
dealing with the impact of inflation and trying to keep bills paid and
right.
all of that. And so, where's the FCC? I'm paying taxes. So, where's the FCC to help regulate what you're allowed to be streamed into? The media outlets. I mean, come on
Right.
now. I mean,
And what
you
agenda are
know,
you trying to push? Like, at the end of the day, here's
ultimately,
the thing.
ultimately,
When we were kids, the FCC actually did their damn job,
right.
and they didn't allow. So I don't know what lobby is, because again, I come from a political background. For
Yeah.
those of you who don't know, I come from a political background, so I understand legislation. I
Mhm,
understand lobbying efforts. I understand all of the money that is put into lobbying for
mhm,
certain industries. I get that.
right.
So when I see, okay, the regulations are being, they're more lenient or they're being lessened. I
Mhm,
understand that is a direct result of lobbying efforts and money
mhm,
that is being put into lobbying efforts
mhm,
to lessen the restrictions on the FCC. I understand that.
right.
But what is that doing for our families? What
Right.
is that doing for our younger generation? Okay, so now my kids, when I was younger, I didn't see, curse words on TV. There was
Mhm,
only so far that, people could go. You didn't see people with no clothes on, and
and
you
all
saw,
that.
you
Right.
didn't see all that. And you
You
damn
didn't
sure
need
we didn't.
to. Honestly, you didn't
Right.
need to. The storylines were enough to keep you engaged. When we watch soap operas, now who didn't watch soap operas with their grandma back in the
Girl,
day? That was enough
girl.
to keep. Why did you keep having to push the envelope? We didn't need all of that. That was enough to intrigue me to be like, oh, I can't wait to see the next episode. Who shot Jr.? I mean, who didn't
I mean,
watch
but think
Dallas?
about the songs.
Yeah,
Like, even
right,
with some of the songs, hell, we didn't know what the hell they were talking about. We may have been
right,
singing the songs, but we
right.
didn't know okay, what's a song? What's a song that was a very innuendo song that we had no idea? I
What
mean,
they were
even,
talking
okay, so we
about.
talk about Mary Jane. I
Right.
didn't know they was talking about weed.
And me neither. Me
You know
either.
what I'm saying?
Mary
Like,
Jane.
right. I thought it was talking about a girl named
I
Mary
didn't know
Jane.
it until I got older. I did not know that until I got
Exactly.
older. And let me tell you something. My kids right now probably would not know that right now. But guess what? Anything dealing with sex related stuff, I bet
Yes,
they
they
know that.
know.
See, that's the thing that's crazy. It's like they don't know about the weed and drug innuendo in
They
music,
do,
but
though.
they
They
know
do.
about
They know
what.
lean and all that. They do. They know all that.
Okay. Well, then you know what? They know how I feel about it, and they wouldn't even tell me. They
What is
they would.
afternoon delight? Oh my God.
I just found
Wait,
out
we
what
just got
afternoon
another,
delight
we just
was
got
5 years ago.
another, yeah, we
Right.
just got another live and I just found out what
How
afternoon delight was 5 years ago.
Lowe's, what's
What
afternoon
can you tell
delight
us what afternoon
delight,
delight
man?
is? Is
Tell
that
us,
a
man. I don't
afternoon
know what that
sexual
is.
relationship thing?
Holla back. Let us know.
Okay,
What's
Christopher
up,
Sheriff said
Christopher?
yes. Okay.
Thank you. Somebody
because
hearing us out here tonight. Somebody
because
hearing
I
us.
didn't know. Like there are so many things that we, were repeating in the songs, and we're talking about songs from the 70s and from the 80s. You know what I'm
All that,
saying?
right,
That
right.
we didn't know that they were
Yeah,
talking about what I really wish I could think of some right now that I really, are like big, big time. That
yeah.
we were like now, even with husband, like I kind of knew with Shirley
Yeah.
Murdoch, like I kind of knew, but didn't really know. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like didn't
right.
really understand. Like, oh, for
Yeah.
real, you talking about being an adulteress? Like, they're evening sex. Okay, got it. Yeah,
Okay, so
there
I
were
still don't get it. See
no,
how
like there
naive
were
I am.
exactly like, but these kids know exactly.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, and we talked about this. My
Mhm.
kid, my daughter, who is 14, and I talk about her all the time, going on 15 in a month or so,
Yeah.
but we were going somewhere. It was a long ride, and she was like, "Guess what we're gonna do on our way?" And I'm like, "Yo, what we gonna do? We're gonna listen to Doja Cat's new stuff." Okay, I like Doja Cat,
Right.
so far the old stuff,
Mhm.
and we're driving. And she's, playing the songs in the order that she think, and I can see her watching me, like out of my
Mhm.
peripheral, I can see her watching me to see how I'm vibing to
Yeah.
the music. And some of it I was absolutely rocking to,
Yeah.
Shell. Like I was absolutely rocking to.
You're
But
right.
then it got to some songs that I was like, yo, this is kind of inappropriate. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like
Right.
I'm listening because my child want me to listen to it, but do I really feel comfortable like
Mhm.
listening to this with my child when they talking about you, when she's talking about how you like no innuendos, like
Right.
for innuendos goes out the window. Like
Mhm.
we're talking about full on. I want to eat your cat. I want to suck
Nah,
your
bro.
like, and
Nah,
it's
bro.
like, are y'all for real? Is this where we are now? So, and it goes back to when I was talking to you about that song that I heard from Sweetie
Mhm.
before she went commercial,
Yeah.
and how I could see like she was hardcore like back in the day, MC Light,
Mhm. Yeah.
Queen Lie, hardcore, really talking about stuff. And
Mhm.
then she gets this record deal, and now everything is about sex. Are you for real? No, because I like the Sweetie that was talking about being focused and
Right.
having all her stuff together or shit
Right.
together. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And not depending on no man, not depending on her parents, because my mama always told me,
Mhm.
God bless the child that has its own.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what she was talking about. But now, like, even though I do like her new stuff because I like the music, I don't know what the hell
Mhm.
they talking about. Like, I don't know what
Right.
the hell.
Yeah, because all
I
the
like the
innuendo
music.
and all that stuff. But at the end of the
But
day,
it
man,
ain't no innuendo. Now
what I
it's all out there. And so these
but that's
kids there's no room for imagination.
yeah, and they're thinking that that's where your value. My concern is that that's where you're going to think your worth and value
Right.
is, because when you are bobbing to that music and you listen it and it's in your head, and when you meet
Mm-hmm.
that dude, you like, man, because like I said, man, when we was listening to Queen Latifah, who you calling a bitch, baby,
Woo!
we was walking around with our head held high,
Hell
like what?
hi, baby. Like who you
Touch my
calling a
booty.
bitch?
What she said
Men
in
knew
that rap?
better.
Touch my booty. Oh, baby,
Let me
you
tell
touch
you,
my
wait a minute.
booty.
Hold on, hold on, hold
Okay.
on, hold on. Because that's the anecdotal story.
Right,
I
right.
remember being in the gates
Yeah,
circa 1995.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And this dude, like, I'm walking through the crowd because I'm cute.
Yeah.
I'm little. I'm gonna let
Right.
y'all know just in case y'all don't know. I'm cute. I'm little. You know what I'm saying? At that time, I was about a size 3. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
With the booty popping and all that.
Right.
But still, I'm walking through the club, and a dude there think he could just touch me.
No.
You got me messed up, dude.
Right.
You don't even understand. So
Right.
this dude touches my butt. Now, you know what? Because again, I think is that money bag, yo. I'm like, we can keep it gangster or we can keep it cordial. How you want to go about it? You know what I'm saying?
Let that right.
I was there then too.
Thank
The
you.
money bag, yo, just put, words to what the hell I always been feeling.
Right.
So I'm like, excuse me?
Okay.
What the hell?
Right.
And this nigga doubles down on touching my ass. Hold on.
Right.
Did you just double down on the wrong shit you just did?
Right.
And yeah, I said nigga, my bad. I forgot, but it is what it is.
No, because that was some niggerish.
Right, for
behavior.
real. So this nigga doubles down.
My girl Tamasha on the screen, she said she remember the gate.
Yes, baby, Decatur all day. Yes, Tamasha, all day, baby. The gate, that's what we was at, 95. What?
Wow, that didn't
Come
mean
on,
we
let's
wouldn't
go.
get broke, baby. We wouldn't.
Let's go, baby.
Okay.
But baby, this Negro touched my ass, and I gave him the opportunity. Gave him the opportunity to be like, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? So I turn around and I'm like, yo, nigga, what was that about?
Right.
And he's like, oh, whatever.
Right.
I popped off, right?
Of course.
My little 4'11" ass. I don't even think I was 5 feet at that time. I would think I was 4'11". I popped off.
Right.
Because you disrespected me. Right. And nothing makes me pop off more than disrespect.
Well, then tell me this real quick, because we ran that clip of Biggie and Lil Kim from the movie Notorious. Is it men telling women what men like? Or, you know what I'm saying? Because he told her what she needed to do to sell and be popular. And I mean, so is it men telling women, or is it women deciding what they're going to do and not let a man tell them what a man wants? You know what I mean? Come on, man. I mean,
let's talk about it.
Somebody comment and let me know what's
let's
up.
Talk about it, because we talked about Kevin Samuels, and we talked about how, and we likened it to the Biggie situation, telling Lil Kim, okay, yeah, with your clothes on, you might be talented, you got tight raps or whatever, but unless you sexy, ain't nobody gonna want to hear it. Who don't want to hear it?
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I want to know, because I would have wanted to hear it. Right. So the men wouldn't wanted to hear it without her being half-ass naked.
Right. And
so that's exactly what Kevin Samuels is doing. He is brainwashing.
Programming and brainwashing. Exactly.
Thank you.
Right.
You're programming women to think that
it's a little bit of both. Tamasha says she thinks it's a little bit of both. And let's see what Lowe's got to say.
Tell us why.
Lowe said, I believe it's a man-driven industry and they try to dictate what sells.
Bingo.
Exactly. Bingo.
That's exactly what we're saying. You're exactly right. So what Biggie did was he said, nah, like I'll watch what you saying, Lil Kim. I love you.
Right.
Oh, well, I ain't gonna say I love you because I married somebody else. But
okay. Let's go to that. Now he pumped her up.
Wait a minute, we ain't there yet. We ain't there yet. So Lil Kim goes out and she, takes off her clothes and she does whatever the hell Biggie says, and she's, sexes it up, oversexes it up or whatever. That's her man, because she think her man got her back.
Right.
And then he turns around and meets Faith. Faith, who is the direct opposite of Lil Kim. Let's get that straight. The direct opposite of what he told Lil Kim to do. She's nice, she's feminine, she's docile. I don't want to say she's docile because I don't know her, but she fits that description.
Thank you. She
But
wasn't on that on all that stuff. So come
but the
on
bottom
now.
line is, here's the thing, women. Here's the thing, sisters,
Thank you.
sisters or
Right,
sisters,
right.
whatever. He cheated on Faith too.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm just saying that
So
was everything
honestly,
she was everything that he wanted, even though he turned Lil Kim into everything that she wasn't
right,
initially.
right,
And Faith represented everything that Kevin Samuels, and I keep
right,
saying Kevin Samuels because he is the leader of the man nation right now. You know what I'm saying?
right,
But the
right.
feminine, the cooperative, all of that, the pretty,
Submissive.
she
Right,
fit that description.
right.
But this nigga still cheated on her. Like he still
Exactly.
treated her the same way that he treated
So
Lil Kim.
it didn't matter.
So what is
But
it really about?
he put little Kim in a box. You know what I'm saying? He
That's
put her
exactly
in
what he
a
did.
box. And let me tell you, there are certain rappers, certain conscious rappers that you'll never really hear about. These are guys that have turned. I know a guy, man, I got to think of his name, and I'll probably drop it in the comments. This guy turned down a record deal with what's your boys down there, Cash Money, all them folks down
Okay,
there in
Cash Money,
Louisiana.
yeah.
Yeah, he turned
Lil
down a
Wayne or
and all
Birdman and
that.
them,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
He turned this dude, and I'm gonna drop his name in the comments when I think of it. He turned down a deal with them because he didn't want to go that route. So he's been promoting his content, his albums through Spotify, YouTube, and he's making a decent income. Yeah, he might
Yes.
not have millions of dollars, but he didn't sell his soul to reach some so-called pinnacle of success in the record industry by having he owns all of his records. He
Masters.
owns all of his masters and everything. No one owns him. So that's what it all comes down to. It's like if somebody tells you to make it in this, industry, this is what you have to do, then you have to decide if I want to make it in this industry or if I want to create my own industry at the end of the day. And so, like I
Or
said,
if
man,
I'm just my own person and I
that's
just
what I'm
want to be
saying.
me, right?
That's
I
what I'm
don't want to
saying. I
be
just
who
want
you
to
tell
be
me to be, right?
right,
And that may
right,
mean that I make less money. But here's the
right,
thing. Here's the thing about money. There are people who live their entire lives
right.
and who've only at the very pinnacle of their life have
Mm-hmm.
only made, let's say, $40,000.
Yeah,
And they lived a good life.
right.
So who's to say?
Happy.
And we're still able to leave property or leave whatever down to the
Right.
next generation.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm
Quit
saying? But you
quit
got
telling
these
me
motherfuckers that die,
right, right.
multimillionaires, and they ain't got pennies on the dollar to lead down to the next neighborhood. I mean,
That's
for the
all
next
I'm
generation.
saying. That's
Come
all I'm
on
saying.
now. How
Quit
important
telling
is
me
the
what's
money,
success.
greedies,
That's what I'm saying. Quit telling me what's
or
success.
the
Because like I say,
mindset?
baby, that's what I'm saying. Like I say, what does it value? What does a man gain to gain everything and
And the
lose your
gaineth the world
soul?
and loses his
You
soul.
lose your soul, man.
Baby,
Come on, God
my
ain't
soul
put you on this earth to
not for
just
sale.
have earthly riches that you cannot take with your take nowhere,
No.
man. Come on,
No,
like I
let me
said,
tell
yeah,
you,
we
your
pop off
soul
and
should not be for sale.
your
Period.
soul,
If
and
your
now
soul is for sale,
it's a done deal.
you know what? And I hate to say this.
Yeah,
No, I don't hate to say this. If your
right,
soul is for sale, I ain't got shit to talk to you about.
exactly,
Period.
exactly.
Because that means you'll sell me out for $1.
Pretty
I'm
much.
good.
That's what
No,
I'm
thank you.
saying. That's
I
what I'm
don't want
saying.
nobody around me who
Right.
can be bought.
Right. And just Google and go to YouTube and see what these rappers are saying, what they had to do, and how some were forced into signing
Girl,
contracts
we
with
talked
some of
about
these
that.
record labels. Right.
Okay, let's talk about the producer and if I have the story wrong, please forgive me.
Right.
But this is the underground story, of Shake Stewart.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna say his real name. I'm just gonna say his last name, and you know who I'm talking about. But the underground story was that there were some pictures that P. Diddy had, or
Right.
that some other people, big time people had of him in some
Right.
compromising situations, and they threaten him or blackmail him to come out with the story for whatever reason. What? So you mean to tell me you are in an industry or in a scenario or a scene with people that are evil enough because you ain't with their program, they're gonna drug you, they're gonna, trick you, whatever, to where you don't even know what's going on.
Right.
And get pictures of you or video of you or whatever in the scene so that they can blackmail you with that.
Right.
Really? Listen, we talking about people's lives.
Right.
We talking about people's souls.
Right.
Why do people who have talent, because we got some people in this world, in our community, that have real talent.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Can sing, can dance, whatever, create, whatever. Why do they have to sell their souls in order to be able to give the world or show the world and be supported by those people that can put them on the platform or give them the platform to express their talents to the world? Why do those people have to compromise their souls in order to do that? That's just that's so
that's what I'm saying. And we out
me.
there just enjoying it and buying the albums, and we're thinking that this just, it is what it is. I'm telling you, it's almost like a robotic nation right now, where people just, they do what they're told. They're told to, go to, Bath and Body Works on the Black Friday sale, and you see a line. Even during the pandemic, there was a line running all the way out the mall for people to go get these candles. I'm telling you, this thing's so crazy.
So that means,
I'm telling you, we're robotic. People, we are really like our programmed, and whatever these folks say through advertisement and media and all that stuff, that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man, it's crazy. You think,
but then we need to really, here's what we need to do then as a people. We need to change the gatekeepers.
You're damn right. And unplug.
You know what I'm saying? Because if
immediately. It's time to unplug immediately because we're going down a very bad path.
And we won't be able to get back from it.
And it's leading to nothing but destruction from what I can tell. I see this leading to nothing but destruction. And like I say, at the end of the day, baby, I am a follower of Jesus Christ, and God is my Lord and Savior. Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. I am because the thing is, what I'm seeing right now, this is crazy stuff. So y'all probably think, they popping off, they cussing, baby, because we just keep it real. God take us as we are. We don't judge you.
Always. God know my heart. And so we say that even when we're talking about Tiny and T.I., God knows my heart. And that it is what it is.
We invite your comments. We invite your whatever you have to say on this topic.
Even if they're different from ours, we have no problem with that, because you know what? I learn from people who think differently from me.
Right. Let's get the conversation going. That's better than just letting the government and the entertainment and the media give you your opinion. What is your opinion? What do you think? And if
you don't think that there's something wrong with this type of sexuality being pushed on our kids, I'm not worried about. Here's the thing. I think you said it earlier. I don't give a damn about adults. When I say I don't give a damn about adults, I mean that if you are, let's just say 25 and older. I'll say 28, and I'm really kind of want to say 30 and older because,
they still a little,
Right, but okay, let's just say 25 and older because you can drink when you're 21. So, so 25 and older, I'm not really worried about that generation.
Right.
You understand, you know how to analyze shit.
Right.
But what I'm looking at is these little kids who think that this stuff that they see is real life and who take this. Right. And when I say that, understand, I'm not just blaming media. I'm also blaming or I'm also putting the responsibility and the accountability on the household as well. Because yes, as a parent, you do have a responsibility to filter what your children are seeing and what they're exposed to. They may be exposed to it, but you should have that line of communication open to where they are able to filter what they see through your lens as a parent to develop their own lens, so they can say, yeah, this is what we're seeing, but this is what I've learned.
Exactly.
Let me give you an example. My daughter and I were watching videos. Because I like to be, whatever they're into, sometimes I like to just kind of dive into it. You know what I'm saying? Whether I'm interested or not, it is what it. I didn't want to listen to Doja Cat. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But I
Right.
did. I wanted to listen to Vito because Vito makes me feel like I'm doing some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but we're watching videos and we're watching, I want to say it was Rick Ross.
Mhm.
I want to say it was Rick Ross. And whatever the song was, which is a very popular song, and I can't think of the name of it, but we're watching a video. And in the video, there are these two little girls, and they were younger with a younger, Rick Ross or whoever the artist was
Mhm.
that was in, or whoever the person was in the video, the main
Yeah.
person. But it's two little girls, and he's like, I want to do this, I want to do that. And the little, because it was a light skinned little girl, as we say in the Black community, LSLH, which means light skin, long hair.
Right.
So we have, that girl, and then we have the dark skinned girl, with the nappy hair and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And both of them are friends with this guy. And he's like, oh, when I grow up, I want to be this. Well, the light skinned girl was just like, oh my God, you're going to be it because you're so wonderful and you're so da da da. And the dark skinned girl is like, you ain't going to do this. You ain't going to. Why are we perpetrating that in a video
Right.
that kids are going
Right.
to see? Why are we, let's look at the core. Why are we making it look like the black girl
Mm-hmm.
don't believe in you?
Right.
And that was a conversation
Narrative.
that we,
It's a
you,
sneaky
you tell
narrative,
me.
man.
Thank you. And that was, and I recognized it very easily. And I'm not saying that
Yeah.
Rick Ross had anything to do with it. No, because
Right.
he's just the artist,
Right.
whoever the creative director or whatever.
And the editors,
and
all that.
yeah, like whether they thought
Mm-hmm.
about what they were portraying or perpetuating or not, that's what the hell it perpetuated. So I'm sitting there watching this with my daughter, and I'm like, listen, do you see what just happened? Do you see how they're making it look like the light-skinned girl with the long hair, or the racially ambiguous, as sometimes we say,
Mm-hmm.
like, why is it making it seem like they're the most cooperative? They're the most
Right.
feminine. They're the ones that believe in you. Why they had to have the dark skinned girl as the one that didn't believe in him?
Right.
Like it. We don't understand how deep it goes when we talk
So where
about
it goes into your
narratives.
subconscious, you're talking about going past your
Subconscious.
frontal.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? It's going
Past
into
your
your
frontal lobe.
subconscious.
But thank you.
Exactly. And so, like I said, man, we're hyped up. We're pumped about this topic, and it could really go on literally.
Yeah, it could, because this
Yeah.
whole over sexualization in society, listen, it's too much.
Yeah.
I think that if we really step back and we realize that, you know what? Because as a just regular person, I ain't got nothing against the LGBTQ community. I ain't got nothing against y'all. Like at all. That's not my choice, but that's your
Yeah.
choice. And so
Right.
it's not about whether it's LGBTQ or whether it's heterosexual. I have a problem with the over sexualization of society. Period. I don't want my children to be subject to other people's beliefs just yet. Like, let me get to a point where I can cement, and let my kids be at an age where I can cement what our family values are.
Right.
Because they still have an opportunity to choose what the hell they want as adults. They have the opportunity, but don't bombard my children with your shit. And that's heterosexual or that's homosexual, to be honest with you. I don't give a damn. I just don't want my kids to be to be introduced to something that they can't handle at this age.
Right.
Period. We see and we talk about 21, 25, 30-year-olds who can't handle relationships. So why the hell are we pushing this type of thing, just sexualization on, 8, 9, 10-year-olds? Really? And we got 25-year-olds that can't handle rejection. And I think that if somebody rejects them, then they should kill them.
Right.
Get the hell out of here.
Exactly. And on that note, boo boo, we'll probably continue this conversation offline, and it could go for 2-3 hours because that's my dog Stacy. Been doing it for 20 years plus, and this is how we talk. So what you're hearing is just our normal and regular conversations, and so it is what it is. We are people that believe in family values and just concerned about our culture and the state of our culture. And so with that, I'd like to just say that this broadcast has been sponsored by
yes,
our Rep Your City T-shirts company. And let's see, I got a quick comment that popped up. Let's see. Oh, okay.
Show
some
it.
love.
Okay.
Got
Thank
some love.
You.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
So yeah, definitely. And so this broadcast is sponsored by repyourcity.ga.
Yes, repyourcityga.com, baby.
Yes,
Rep Your
yes,
City.
Indeed. Yes, indeed.
You in Georgia? Shout out to let me shout out to those people that are not usually shouted out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Shout out to some of our rural places. Shout out to Cordell, Georgia. That's what watermelon capital of the world. Watermelon cap. You want a watermelon? You go to Cordell. Shout out to Cordell. Shout out to Carter Burgers in Cordell because let me tell you, I don't go to Florida. I don't go nowhere more than 2 hours south of Atlanta on 75, and I don't stop by Cordell by Carter Burgers to get me one of them chicken breast sandwiches. That's number one. You ain't had no chicken breast sandwich unless you done had a chicken breast sandwich from Carter Burgers and Cordell. So shout out to Cordell. Shout out to Unadilla. Shout out to Diana. I'm just saying. Shout out to all of those. I'm just saying. Shout out to all those little Macon, Georgia. Shout out to Tifton. Shout out to all of those counties and those cities in Georgia that don't get the recognition. Thank you.
Don't get no recognition, and that's where we at. You know what I'm saying? Let's shout out where we at, and those people that are still trying to keep up these family values and still trying to keep up the traditions of family and church and love and all of that. So I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Because most of our family is from down country anyway. Whether it's South Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi. We from down there.
Y'all up north. That's what I'm saying. Your folks, everybody got roots. Even if y'all escaped slavery and made it up to the north, you still got people down south. So we out here. We down here.
Atlanta is new. Like for real. But most of our mamas was born down south in some little old, creaked out little house, Actually, the house my mom and my aunt was born in is still there. And they are gone to glory. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them little places. Like for real.
Love. Man, love to our people, man. We doing this for the culture. We're doing this for the culture.
Always.
You know what I'm saying? Like I say, it don't matter what you believe in. You might be Muslim, Christian, whatever. But at the end of the day, we all got a certain value that we want to maintain in our culture.
Yes.
So that we not out here looking like no fools and no clowns no more. Period. You know what I'm saying? I'm over that. I'm done with that. You know what I'm saying?
Here, we kings and queens. Stop sitting. Like, here's the thing. Pick up your king and queen outfit from your nearest Walmart.
Put on that crown.
But the bottom line is, what we need y'all to do, and what we need all of us to do as a community, leave them clown outfits where they at. Let them stay where they at. Leave them clown outfits.
Clowns, right?
Leave them whole outfits. Leave them whole outfits.
For real.
And that's for both men and women. Leave them outfits where they are and take
these skinny jeans and all that stuff. I ain't feeling that either. Nah, bro.
Pick up your king and pick up your crown and put your crown on your head and walk around here like you a king and a queen. Because guess what? That's what the hell you were before they started telling you that you weren't.
Exactly. And it is what it is, baby.
There you go.
It is what it is. So catch us on the next one, man. Raindrop Combos. raindrapconvos.com. Check out the website for past podcast episodes. We are on so many
We on
different streaming
IG
services, man.
too.
We on Google. We everywhere. We
We
everywhere.
everywhere. Spotify, we
All you got,
everywhere.
we
Check us
everywhere. Just
out.
look up. Yeah, just look up raindropconvos.com, man. And like I say, shout out to, our sponsor, Rep Your City GA t-shirts, custom,
Yes.
vintage, ATL, and GA t-shirts. Not just Atlanta, but t-shirts. We do.
Listen, this is a movement.
Yeah.
Like
For real,
what
for
I
real.
keep
This is not
hearing,
like right.
what I keep hearing is my mind is Nipsey Hussle saying it's a marathon.
Right.
That's what I hear.
Right.
I hear Nipsey Hussle saying it's a marathon. This ain't no sprint.
Exactly.
It ain't no sprint. For Black people, let's build and lift each other up, and let's keep going. If you can help your brother or your sister, God damn it, do it.
Right. And
Why
Sandy,
not?
And Sandy, my homegirl Sandy said, you have samples of your t-shirts.
We sure do. We got a website, boo-boo.
Go to repyourcityga.com, and it's all vintage. We repping Cascade, Bankhead, man. We got
Jelly beans, jelly beans skating ring, shout out. Golden Glide skating ring, shout out.
All that Magic City. Hey, we
North Atlanta High School,
we got
Redan High School. Were you on the drill team? Because if you were on the drill team, we got you.
We got you. That's what I'm saying. And we do custom.
Were you in the band? Because if you were in the band, because we know if you were in the band, you was all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like you was all of that.
Custom shirts and everything. So you'll be able to find the link on our website as well as going directly to the link. So love y'all, everybody that chimed in tonight, man. We just want to get on and talk about, what's going on in our world, in our society. And we here for the culture. At the end of the day, we are definitely here for the culture and to keep uplifting us to decide what we want our vision to be, and not let anyone else decide what it's going to be. So,
because we love Black people, even those of y'all who don't really like. I'm gonna be honest, like some of y'all might not make it on my arc if I was Noah, but I love y'all anyway. But I love y'all anyway, and that's what love is. Love is I might not like your ass all the time, but you know what? That agape love, I got that for my Black people, and that's just the bottom line.
Agape, baby, I'm gonna love the hell out of you.
Love.
Until the hell get out of you, and then you get right and get ready to get on board. You know what I mean? So
right. Because when I go to that next realm, I don't know. God may be like, "Oh hell no, they was supposed to be left behind." Okay, good.
It is what it is. It is what it. Everybody can't.
It is what it is.
But love y'all, man. Thank you for chiming in.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Hashtag replay. If you're catching this on the replay, leave your likes, shares, comments. We'd love to hear from you. Email us at info@raindropconvos.com if you have any kind of content that you want us to speak about. And this has been a good one tonight, man.
Yeah. And let's just and to end it all out, let's just stop worrying about sex. Like let's get back into real relationships and real connections, spiritual connections with each other, and stop worrying about this shallow sex shit.
You're right. Keep that in your bedroom. Keep that in your bedroom.
Please, I don't want to know.
I don't care who you sleeping with. That's your business.
And if I want to know, guess what? I'm gonna knock on the door. But if I ain't knocking on your door, I don't want to know.
And I don't want it on TV, and I don't want it on, our major award show and all that stuff. Come on, man. Come on.
But you know what? Be you. You know what I'm saying? Right. If you happy with you, be you. I don't give a damn what that looks like. Exactly. If you are happy with who you are, be you.
Do you, boo.
But understand, we got kids out here, and my concern is the kids. Adults can do whatever the hell they want to do, but when my kids are exposed, I care about that.
Right. Let them make their own choice.
Let them make their own decisions.
Yeah. Don't force that on them. Let them make their own decisions. So with that, I'm out, man. You good, chick?
Peace out, baby.
All right, we done. Holla. Love y'all.
Love y'all. Peace.